I just arrived at Extreme Exotics here in Tempe, Arizona, and I am so excited for today because they have a lot of invertebrates here, and I'm so excited to hold all of them. So let's go inside and check it out.
We opened back in January. Matt and Aria and Perry originally opened the shop. I came into the picture a little bit later on as a partner, but we've got things running pretty smoothly right now. We're planning on doing an educational program to help at-risk youth and those with behavioral needs. All of our families have experienced behavioral issues, so it's really a great opportunity for us to be able to have customers that run these group home programs that are willing to work with us and do partnerships. I feel like it's something that we need more options for these kids that maybe don't get the attention they need and stuff like that in schooling and stuff, of course, because teachers are slammed with a million students.
And Arizona is not one of the best states for education, so it's always good to have an extra hand in that education to offer that supplemental programming. So who do we have in this area up front?
Up here we have a lot of different bearded dragons. We like to do our own bioactive enclosures. All of these plants are live. We did all the cutlings ourselves.
And what benefit is the bioactive cage versus just something with a loose substrate?
I find it's beneficial for the animals in the sense that it's more natural, it's more environmental friendly. When you're putting random substrates in, you really don't know if they're sprayed with pesticides or insecticides or really where they came from. So at least this way you know you have a clean start. You have a cleanup crew, so you don't ever have to worry about things like mold, fungus, mildew, and it's just all around healthier for the animal, especially things like dart frogs, Cuban false chameleons. We have some Azura dart frogs over there. We keep our crested geckos in here as well. We find that the humidity really helps everything shed nicely, and they all stay pretty happy and healthy.
Yeah, and they look beautiful, so you're able to keep those live plants and also have the little cleanup crew, like you said. What are those comprised of? Like isopods?
Isopods and springtails. Your isopods are going to be what eats your dead leaf matters, your dead insects, your shedding, all of that. And then your springtails are going to come in and make sure that there's no mold or weird funky stuff growing on like your moist woods, your backdrops. Roots of the plant will stay healthy and aerated in the process of them digging their tunnels and stuff like that. So it's really beneficial for both the animal and the plants in it. And I feel like the plants really provide a shelter and more protection, and the animals just feel safer in live plants versus the fake ones. This area is our small snake rack, our corn rack, and our larger snake rack. We like to keep everything in a rack system because we feel that it's safer for not only the animal but the customers as well. We know as private reptile owners that things go around like mites and stuff like that. And this just helps give them a little bit extra barrier from stuff that other people can be bringing into the shop. And when new animals come in, of course, it gives our older animals, you know, a little bit of more protection as well. We do all sorts of things from Honduran milk snakes. Oh, wow, he's about to go in the shed.
That looks like some bubble gum.
He's very bright, vibrant, peach colored right after he sheds. And then we also love our little false water cobra.
Wow, these are really cool. So obviously they're not a real cobra. So why are they called false water cobras?
They're called false water cobras because they're fangs are like considered rear fangs. So they can't really latch into you like a normal cobra can, and their venom isn't as toxic. It's comparable to like a bee sting. So if you're allergic to bees, don't play with false water cobras, because you could go into anaphylactic shock typically.
That makes a lot of sense. So I'm glad to have that knowledge before adopting something like that. Now, you showed me a really cute hog nose a minute ago. Can we see that guy again?
Love these guys. Absolutely beautiful.
All right, so I noticed this little guy. He looks like a bearded dragon, but he actually isn't. If you could tell us about him.
This is Savage, our little Rankin's bearded. He is full grown at this size. As you can see, he fits in the palm of my hand.
Wow, they look exactly like bearded dragons, except for some of that scale pattern is just a little bit more spiky on the inside of the
texture
back.
is definitely more bumpy, I would say, than velvety, like a bearded dragon, for sure.
And these are becoming a little bit more popular in the pet trade, aren't they?
A lot more popular due to their small size and the fact that they eat pretty much the same thing as a normal-sized bearded dragons. Pocket-sized things are, you know, more prized now, I would say, than like your coastal bearded dragons, which are like this big.
Wow, he is adorable. And is their lifespan comparable to what we call normal bearded dragon?
They live a little bit shorter of a lifespan, but not much.
He's very calm, so it looks like their temperament or behavior is pretty similar as well.
I find that they're actually way more mellow than normal bearded dragons. I've never had one lunge at me or bite at me like a regular bearded dragon. Like that rescue down there. He used to literally lunge at anybody who went into the cage or near the cage. I've been working with him a lot and handling him, so now he's more handleable, but he came from a really, really bad situation. He was really underweight. They didn't feed him any vegetation, which bearded dragons need vegetables. So he was pretty much just surviving off of crickets and puffs. Now he's, as you can see, super healthy.
Yeah.
Hi, what are you doing?
Working on it.
Still a little bit grumpy, but this is a lot of progress. I didn't used to be able to do this. This would stress him out to the point where he would literally lunge at people's face and try to bite them.
Poor guy. It's okay. You're very tough. We'll leave you alone.
It's okay, buddy. I know. It's like, why did you do that to me?
Someone came in here looking for a bearded dragon. Would you gear them or steer them towards the normal bearded dragons or the more dwarf?
I honestly love the normal ones and the coastals. I have a coastal at my house named Cartman that was a rescue, and he is the best. He's just a giant potato. He like sits across my chest like this. The normal beardies are great too for their personality. I find that they have a lot more personality than, like, say your dwarfs or your coastals, which are kind of more like mellow and lazy. So if you're looking for something with more spunk and zest, definitely normal beardy. The more advanced level stuff is going to be like your silkies, leatherbacks, stuff like that. Silkies can be harder to take care of due to their skin and health issues genetic-wise.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And then you have people trying to do translucent with translucent now, which is a huge no-no, and I do not commend that at all. It's very dangerous, and pretty much none of the hatchlings survive. So that's one thing, is making sure that you're breeding smartly if you're going to do it.
Right. It's comparable to like boxers that are white, you know, they have lots of health problems, deafness, that kind
Eye
of thing.
issues, ear issues, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Ooh, can we take a look at the frilled dragons?
Yeah. This one is Arnold.
Hi, Arnold.
And this guy, actually, we take to birthday parties when I set up birthday parties.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Hi. And are these full grown?
These ones are, yes. The females have a little bit more to go, but this guy is completely full grown.
They're gorgeous. And they're from Australia, correct?
And their frills do come out just like you see dinosaurs in movies. They come out just like that. What are you doing?
Ooh, who's this?
This is Lucifer, one of our most recent rescues. He has went through quite a bit, so he's easily scared and very nippy right now, but he's getting better slowly. It just takes time and trust. Now I can get to the point where I can kind of touch him and feel his teeth, but he doesn't actually apply too much pressure. So I can tell that he's starting to slowly trust me. We got Stitch down there. It looks like he hasn't come out yet.
And sugar gliders would also be on the list of expert pets, I would guess?
Definitely on the list of expert pets, because they don't only take pellets or hay and stuff like that. They actually eat protein like mealworms, sweet potatoes, strawberries, and you have to mix it up. You can't just give them fruit every day or protein every day. You have to really pay attention to their intake. And they get stressed out super easy. Males and females bond. So if one passes away, there's a very good chance that your other one will die of depression, unfortunately. His mate did pass, but we were lucky enough to be able to handle him on a daily basis so that he didn't fall too far into depression. And he's bounced back. He's doing amazing. He comes out, he lets us hold him now, but he did go through a 2-3 month point where he just didn't want anything to do with anybody.
Oh, I know, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't know you. Alright, and my favorite part, I could tell by the sign up here.
Yes, all the fun stuff. Got some S polymorpha right there. Little fat tail. As you can see, he recently ate. And then our new babies.
Oh, these babies are so cute. So these are little desert hairy scorpions. So you can find these here in Arizona. And a lot of people kill them thinking that they're bark scorpions, but they are not. They get a lot bigger than the bark scorpions do.
Bigger. Definitely.
I think wasn't there a full-grown one? I thought I saw one.
Yep, right here. This is our adult.
So these guys are pretty calm, even for wild, specimens. There are quite a few that I've held, and they don't really pose much of a threat, even...
We do use these in our educational classes because of how mellow they are compared to the other scorpions, for sure.
And then all of these plants, you say that you guys breed these here, or grow these here?
I'd say about 90% of our plants we do ourselves. We take little clippings and we root them out ourselves.
That's awesome. And these go either home with people, they could buy them, or do they go into your Bioactive?
Yes, so these are all reptile safe, 100%. You put them right in your Bioactives. There's no wait period. Like, if you get something from Homes or Lowe's, I highly recommend you have a wait period because they do use insecticides and pesticides there. And you want to make sure all of that is washed out of the plant before you put it in. Otherwise, you could lose your animal for sure.
Definitely don't want that to happen.
And then we got these little chunks of love right here.
Oh my goodness.
This is an albino Pacman.
So
They get
awesome.
very large to the point where they can eat rats and stuff when they get older. Mine at my house is the size of my palm, and his name is Slimer. He really enjoys pinkies.
Oh, I love it.
It just makes his day. This is a little baby pixie frog.
Oh my goodness. Pixie frogs are amazing.
They're so cute when they're tiny, and then they get to be big blobs.
Are they the largest type of frog?
Yes, so they are actually large enough to fill up a whole-size dinner plate.
Wow. That's
Very
quite big.
large.
So definitely something to research before bringing it home.
Yes,
again.
definitely a lot larger than your Pacmans. And then we have a lot of different spiders as well. I would actually like to show you these out here. These are little setups we like to teach people how to do. And these are fully bioactive as well. So here is a P Metallica.
So pretty.
And these are just a 4x4x8 acrylic enclosure. It has a soil tray in the bottom, and we set it up with isopods and springtails, and those are live plants in there.
Perfect little desk buddy.
Yeah. This one right here is a little pink toe. Let's see if we can find
right
it.
on top.
Oh. Right on top.
So cool. Not real.
And then in here we have a little vinegaroon under his little hidey.
Oh, I love vinegaroons. Those guys are so cool. There he is. Alrighty guys, that is a wrap. Is there anything you'd like to say before we go?
I'd actually like to invite everyone out to Halloween. We are doing an educational event where there will be tortoises, iguanas, lots of fun stuff to pet, as well as pumpkin painting, candy, cool games. It'll be a family event, so kids, adults, everyone is invited. From about noon to 5 is when we're going to start the shenanigans. Come on out before everyone goes trick-or-treating.
Cool, and make sure you follow them on all of their social media because they're always posting fun events like that. And until the next animal adventure, love the planet and rattle on. Thanks guys, see you later. Bye.